Fuck the Democrats. The joke of a democracy that American imperialism insists on calling itself is a lie. There is no victory for the working masses between the warring bastard brothers of Democrats and Republicans. We oppose bourgeois democracy as well as the electoral road to socialism that has led so many into a confusing swamp. There is no material difference for working class people between Democrats and Republicans. Researched, modeled, statisticized. I never read that word out loud. Statisticized, and proven time and time again. This is a fact. Our organization shouldn't just be independent of Democrats. They should curse them, revile them, and insult them at every turn. Vulgarity in our opposition to Democrats is key and should rival our vulgarity toward imperialist appendage. Stand as high as possible, as loudly as possible, and muster as much bile towards these monsters for what they've done. We hate transphobic fascism. We hate the genocidal state of Israel, but we also hate Bernie Sanders more for drawing tens of thousands of activists, of would-be Marxists, into a swamp that they may not emerge from. The betrayal of AOC, Jamal Bowman, and Brandon Johnson, and any other Democrat should be held on equal footing as the ongoing genocide in Gaza, funded by the exact same organization. They are one and the same beast. It is criminally insufficient to call for voting third party or only rejecting lesser evilism when it's a bad Democrat. No qualifier is needed. It should be a crime to disorient the masses with an analysis that blurs the line between Democrat and socialist. To say that there is a categorical difference between Democratic mayoral candidates is criminal. Oh gosh, that's confused. We don't couch our organizational perspective and the abstract moralisms that so easily fly around socialist circles. Although one could quickly describe reformist currents as impatient or having lost faith in the actuality of revolution, the tradition of revolutionary analysis looks to the overwhelming material shortcomings of democratic opportunism. Let us be clear. Voting for Democrats is never a victory for the working class. While an electoral campaign for a wolf in sheep's clothing is understandably enticing, the short-term game offered by Bernie Sanders and the like is a farce. They will not save workers. They will not help workers. They will not advance the working class movement, and they should not be trusted. Nor should we confuse our interests with theirs. Any form of propaganda that does not clearly point to the necessity of this distinction is bourgeois in nature and should be combated with equal ferocity as racism, fascism, homophobia. Not many would argue, even on the central left, that Democrats have workers' interests in mind. Theoretically, there is agreement, but theory isn't enough. We need organizational principles of vulgar class independence. That is why Firebrand has a policy against membership in opportunist organizations. You cannot be a DSA member and a member of Firebrand. We choose vulgar class independence. We choose vulgar class independence for the influence it has on our revolutionary organizations. We want our organizations to hate the bourgeoisie in every manifestation, especially those that are most enticing to radicalizing workers. The ISO failed to foster this development and was overly focused on a business-like, emotionally approach that overly intellectualized political disagreements. Every bombed village is my hometown is the kind of attitude that our organizations need to be steeped in if we hope to win the support of our Palestinian brothers and sisters, our trans comrades, and our Black and brown community members gunned down in the streets. While there is a lower class, while there is a soul in prison, we are not free.